man. This is not over.
Step the fuck up or go the fuck home.
They came up to us, we lend out our hand. They spit in your face, this is your promised land. Hey, where did survival go? We saw them pack up their bags and watch the heart and body go. We're all dead men here after all. We're all dead men, we're all dead. We're all dead men here after all. Got time to kill, got time to spare. We're all dead men here after all. We're all dead men here after all. Always here to lend a dying hand.
Winning the Chicago event is something really hard to do just because it's the middle of the season. Nobody has any excuses to lose that event. So when you win it, it really means a lot. So you go into the next event like knowing the fact that you came from that event on top, and then you just know, you're like, okay, you know, my team's at the top of their game right now, and we're gonna go to this next event and we're gonna try to do the same thing back to back. Like a lot of teams are starting from the bottom, they're trying to climb back up, and we're just trying to stay back on top.
I think that like we had a rough start at the beginning of that year, and then I think Chicago we won that event, so we kind of thought that we worked out the bugs and we're back, and we kind of have a clean slate now, and you know, I think that we figured out how to win again. And then our feeling going into Riverside was trying to keep that momentum, obviously. So I think after that win, instead of the other years where we won and we kind of think it was just going to be given to us the next event, I think this event everyone stayed hungry and we kept practicing really hard.
The day before Riverside, we played San Antonio X Factor. Playing X Factor, I mean, we won a majority of the points. They were still in the race of like, you know, not trying to play for last place. And they wanted to play us a lot, and like they play us well. Like they know our game probably a little better than most people. They're an aggressive team, so they come at you more. So it makes us like, you know, prepare for teams that are going to come faster than others, like other than like Tampa Bay Damage or somebody like Even Impact.
And we had a really good practice versus X Factor the day before. Everyone was working really hard. We were gelling really well together. I think we won the majority of the points.
Back for PSP was Riverside, and I was super hungry to play. I mean, all that practice, good foot was feeling great, and it felt good to be back, and I was ready to play.
Chad and Ronnie were injured during Chicago, and they were good to go coming into Riverside. It was awesome winning Chicago with Chad and Ronnie down, you know. A lot of players stepped up, you know, to win that event. And, you know, we were like, oh, wow, we have an advantage now because we just won an event with 2 guys down, and now we have, you know, 2 great front players back with us. The team felt good having them back.
Playing against the Russians, you know, it's a little bit of a rivalry. It's more than a rivalry, it's more of confirming for our guys why they left that team. You know, you don't want to lose to the team you left.
Going into that event, we beat them, 5 times in the last year and a half. So, you know, we don't have doubts or anything in our mind that we're going to lose to those guys again, especially if they were just coming out of playing the Challengers bracket and, you know, they just got back to that.
Hey, let's go! Stay focused, third day!
go, dude.
Chad got the major, and didn't really fully take the wind out of our sails, but you could definitely feel that momentum shift. They started shooting us off the break. They started capitalizing on what they had. Everybody shut down, started playing for themselves.
Hey, take a deep breath. Okay, boys, let's go. Got focus. Gotta focus.
They were making moves and we weren't. Obviously, the penalty hurt, but with them making moves and we weren't making moves, we were just trying to play safe. We weren't playing to win. We were playing not to lose.
It definitely never feels good when you come out and you feel like you're just kind of going to walk over a team and then out of nowhere they're ahead of you.
We just assumed they were going to roll over and let us beat them. That's what we played like. You know? Yeah, they got some points off that penalty, but they were the aggressors. They were the ones making the moves, coming down to close out the game.
Not believing this shit.
Right?
Not believing.
Not us. We were hiding, hoping somebody else would fucking shoot somebody. Right? You gotta fucking stack it up, start playing better. Right?
Detain their asses. Do not let them fail anywhere, okay? Make them fucking wish they were not playing Houston Heat right now. Let's go one Heat, let's go!
We definitely took our anger out a little bit on Vicious. With them having penalties, just being down bodies and us being able to capitalize, you know. Good old boy Keith, getting shot in the face, kind of pointing at it. I'll be honest, I don't really think that should be a penalty, but I'll take it when it's against the team I'm playing.
Yeah, we bitch smacked the shit out of Vicious. I knew that when we went in, if they got out of the box, I was gonna try to shoot the shit out of the guy in the box. And Fedorov went to one side and I went to the other. And I mean, I could have went and grabbed the flag, but I don't respect that team at all. So I don't care. And I mean, it sucks because I love Keith, but at the same time, it's like it was a message to them to let them know that, you know what, I don't care. I'm just gonna shoot the shit out of your guy, and that's just what happened. It was like letting the little gorilla out of the cage.
What just happened at the end of that last play?
The guy came out of the box and I waited right there in the entrance. I know, that's what I'm saying. Trying to hide. It's paintball, professional paintball. We get crazy here.
We knew going into the match that, you know, Mike Hinman, how he coaches the Ironman, he wants his team to attack, and, you know, they have to go get it. They're a team that's going to punch you right in the face, and you got to be able to take it and give it right back. You can't take them lightly because Alex Coleman, he could take 5 guys out in the game like that. If we stop Alex from like doing his game is to come get you. He's going to come get whoever he can as fast as he can. And, you know, Marcelo's right there to be clutch right behind him. But if we trap him exactly how we did, then, you know, we figure we're just going to win the game. And we did exactly that. If we can control certain players in certain tempo of the game, they don't have enough experience on that team yet to understand, like, they don't have 5 guys that are going to be clutch. And with that, you know, we just picked them off as, like, they went through and they just ran into our guns.
Good job, guys.
Hey, this is freaking Sunday right here, boys. You gotta want this. This is Sunday.
Believe in each other, boys, okay? This is where it starts right now.
You guys feel this right now? You guys feel this? This win right here? You have to take it to the next game and then take it to the fucking finals, okay? Every fucking point, you're gonna have to play like that, okay? Every point, keep it up. This is how we win fucking tournaments, okay?
This is how we fucking play with our backs against the wall. Let's go, boys.
Hey, team on 3, family on 3. 1, 2, 3, team! 1, 2, 3, family!
Dynasty is a team you know what you're getting. When they're on, I mean, it's Dynasty. Any day they can come out and be the best team. I've had seasons where they, you know, they didn't really perform to their potential, but they still are who they are, man. Like, they invented this game for what it is, pretty much.
Oliver Lang with Ryan Greenspan, Alex Frage, Zeke Yosh. Those guys as a core are great players. It's going to be a battle. They're never going to give you anything. We just played them in the finals in Chicago. And so going into that, you know, we went back and forth all year. So beating them means a lot. I mean, it's just like playing in a finals match.
They were definitely kind of taking it to us, up 3-1, but then Blake had his penalty. Definitely a good momentum shift for us, and fortunately we were able to actually capitalize and make them pay for it.
Time to some points, boys.
We just really started going away with it. And then once they got 5 guys back out of the box, they did exactly what they needed to do as far as just catching points back and everything else and getting the kills they needed. And then we weren't capitalizing on what we could have.
Hey, slow down, all right?
Bring it back, Heat.
Listen up right now. Kid, listen up. Everyone. Thing is, first thing, make a kill count, let everybody know. If not, stay fucking focused. If you're in the back center, get out of here. As soon as it's possible, just get out. Fucking play wide.
Guys are everybody scrambling or whatever. It's hard to go back and forth like that. So for him to say anything in general like helps out. He's a great leader. Anything he says to us in the pit, we have to listen to because he knows. He's been there. It's experience that he brings, and it just works out.
Where's he hit? Where? Nowhere.
Composure's gonna win this game.
Hey, you gotta believe! Let's go, believe! Fight fucking now, boys! Come on!
.6.5 in the Dynasty match, and I dive into the snake. My gun actually gets stuck in the bunker strap where they stake it down, and I'm trying to rip it out, and I'm basically already walking off the field, and my gun pulls out of my hand. I grab it again, try to pull it out, and the ref is already trying to call a penalty on me. Try to plead my case, but obviously you know how that works out. But luckily my team, you know, playing great, pulled it out, and we still won that point.
Hey guys! Hey, believe in us right now, right?
Same 5.
Hey, have a little fun, all right? Same step.
I just come out of the box from my penalty, and it was me and Fedorov on Dalton and Glenn Takamoto. Dalton and Fedorov traded on the Dorito side, and then it was just me and Glenn on the snake side there, and we ended up playing a pretty long point actually. Just basically not trying to lose that obvious for our team, you know, trying to take that into overtime, and you know I wanted to win it, but you know Glenn's a great player, he's a great one-on-one player, so basically just played it smart and didn't try to do anything stupid to take it to overtime.
Hey guys, listen to me. Hey, it's a 3-minute point. Hey, we go on to Sunday if it's a tie or we win, okay?
Because we had those 2 7-1 wins, I knew that our point margin was better. So a tie would have put us 2 wins, 1 loss, a tie. Dynasty, the same thing, 2 wins, 1 loss, a tie. With us, a better plus minus.
Tro tells me that we're automatically gonna make it on if we tie. So I was lining up with Ronnie to my right. Ronnie didn't know, so it was like 5 seconds left on the clock, and I was telling him, Ronnie, just play cool, man. You know, just get to your spot and stay alive. I didn't really want to tell him that we have to tie. I just want to play his game, you know. He's kind of playing to win, you know, and I'm literally sitting right behind him, shooting my gun, telling him to chill out. And then I think I move out to the corner behind him, and then he dies eventually, just trying to gun battle or whatever. And then I feel that snake won, and I'm just watching the clock, talking to my guys, telling them the time.
We knew the math, and I don't know how many of their guys actually really knew it, because watching Dalton play, if he was in desperation to go somewhere, or if he needed something to happen, he'd take off down the field. And all of a sudden, he's in the corner, and he was so content with just sitting there shooting his gun. And it was like, why is this guy just sitting there shooting his gun? Like, I don't think he knew that if it was a tie, they weren't going to Sunday. And then nobody tried to move, and you know what? The time just ran out, and we ended up, you know, being able to go on a Sunday. Yeah, a tie sucks, but you know what? That got us on a Sunday, so it worked out.
Brother, each of you. Really. Doesn't matter who fucking play. We play like one team. They are number one right now. But you know what? You are better, every one of you. The gun skills, like teamwork, everything. Just believe in Houston Heat. Right now, boys, that's our time. Fuck the Russians. We lost them. That's it. We got done. Now that's our time. It's our tournament. No matter what happens tomorrow, fly on the field, have fun, play like one team, one family. Got it?
Hey, stay together.
One team, one family, 1 point at a time. I'm so proud of you guys. Bring it in the middle, man. We feast tonight, and tomorrow we bring home the gold.
Hey, we brought it together today. That's what fucking matters, all right? Let's keep this shit rolling.
On 3 team, on 3 family. 1, 2, 3. Team, 1, 2, 3. Family.
They know how we play is fast, aggressive, you know, capitalize on people's mistakes, and they went into it playing their game, which is slow, patient, dig into your bunkers. JC got a penalty, and we had the Dorito side cleared out, and Dave Baines was able to fill up from the back center all the way up to the Dorito corner, which is, you know, something you don't let happen in professional paintball. If you have a side clear, you contain, especially when we have guys out wide. And you know, when you're out wide like that, it's easier to burn that clock, burn that penalty off. And JC was able to come out of the box, and they were able to win the first point.
Guys, we gotta contain them. We shoot a 100 on the break, and we let Dave fill all the way out to the corner. The game would have been over if we contained him.
They know how to sit and wait. They know how to outweight us, and they know how to get kills off the break. If they can go to 3 bunkers with 5 guys and shoot whoever they can off the break with their guns up, they'd rather do that. They came from a 7-man format, like when they first started, and they're just really smart about exactly knowing the situation and what they have to do, and they did exactly what they had to do.
All right, wake the fuck up right now, Heat. Come on. Hey, guys.
Jacob just kind of slowly peeked around, shot him in his loader, came back around. JC just came out guns a-blazing, just tried to come back on Jacob. Jacob just kind of hid behind the bunkers like, what is this guy doing over here? But JC got the penalty and definitely helped us bringing it back.
Right now's our gift. Okay, let's take it. Run with it. Let's go, Heat.
Hung the flag with 1:50 left. Sergey ended up having a hit on his pack or something like that, and ended up being a penalty.
Sergey, you're in the penalty box with no point. Did you guys check each other?
Hey, this referee.
You're in the penalty box.
Tell me, I'm playing.
The demeanor on your team gets more hurt from when you get a penalty like that than when you get one for playing on or something. Especially when you have bodies on the field and you can just look at the guy and be like, hey, you're dead. You should probably walk off the field. Sergey took it very hard. We should have been right back in that game. Everything going our way, and then just a little mental mistake kind of threw it away.
It sucked. It's one tiny mistake, week's worth of work, you know, the entire tournament gone like that. Going into World Cup as defending champions, you know, just being back on that turf, you just get that feeling of last year, wanting it again.
Kind of sucked what happened, Riverside coming off that, going into World Cup after winning it the previous year. Definitely go in with a good attitude, got a repeat. Playing 187, I think that's our 2nd time ever playing them. Teams like that, you never know what to expect because you don't see them day in and day out as the other teams. You know, we took a 2-0 lead and then we had a little 2-on-1 with me and Chad, Zaleski and the Snake.
Sam was behind me, Dan Zaleski was in the corner, or the Snake won actually, and I go to run him down, and he, I don't know how, he made the greatest shot ever, jump shot on me. I thought I would get to him in time, but oh, that's gonna be a highlight reel forever.
I think statistically, whenever it's a 2-on-1, if the guy shoots the first guy, he usually shoots the second guy. Like, he's got the confidence, he's just all excited, and usually you win those. Luckily, we were able to close that out, but I just couldn't believe Chad didn't even get him.
I think they're a great team coming up through divisional. I think they have a lot of potential, but I mean, what have they done for us to be scared of them? Nothing. And I'm not saying they're not a great team or they're not a good team, but it's just like, that's a team that's always at the bottom. We took them very lightly, and we shouldn't have.
5-4, they have to come. If you're winning, clearly something was working for you. So like, do you continue with that mindset or you play the clock? And they could have actually won that point. They were smart, a little bit smarter about it, but luckily we were able to hold them off.
When you have a game 5-4 against 187, it does worry you because it could come down to those margins, you know, and then you have 3 better teams that you have to play, and you definitely get that sense of, and we gotta change some stuff.
You know, they beat us the last event. It's always a rival with those guys. You know, we have 3 of the Russian players on the team. Ended up going into that match, we were playing hot, and I actually got another penalty, another major. I believe I thought I was spray off my bunker onto my face, but you know, I guess it was off my loader.
Fuck! Yep, take up these. Sam's better off right now. Okay, you are?
They ended up actually winning the first 3 points on us, and after that they got 2 majors, and we ended up capitalizing on those weaknesses.
Listen, right now, place focus, all right? 2 majors. Yeah. 2 majors. No matter what happens, you won't have to break fucking dominance, all right? Bring it back for all the points.
They kind of just smacked us up for a little bit. I mean, it happens, but I mean, I think we needed that. We're kind of a team that usually does like do better when we've kind of been put in our place, and then we come back and be like, yeah, we deserve that. Thank you for setting us straight. Thank you. Now we're just gonna give it right back to you. You know, thank you for that though. I say we like it rough.
All the mistakes when we got today, we have to figure out for tomorrow. We play better than today's fucking 150%, all right? Everyone play good. Not the first match, but the second it is. All right, keep going for tomorrow, right?
All right, guys, let's watch this game. We play Iron Men in the morning, all right? They're playing Dynasty right now.
All right, guys.
Come on, bring it in, boys. I know.
Way to focus.
Number 1 team, listen, we have to defend it right now, okay? It's a World Cup. We are champions right now.
Play together, nobody beats us, all right?
On 3 team, on 3 family. 1, 2, 3.
Team.
1, 2, 3.
Family.
No real secret or big thing we did with them. It just kind of always seemed to fall into place, and especially after the first day and kind of getting put in our place. And then I think that's really when we started to gel and everything was coming together. We shot well off the break. We did well on our moves. We did well working as a team. And unfortunately for Ironman, you know, that match was kind of the start of that.
Right fucking now we handle business, okay? Go out there and play heat paintball, okay? Do your job, play as a team. We're one family right now, boys.
Every fucking point.
You stay! You stay! You stay! Who says hard? Who has hard? Who has hard? 1, 2, 3, team! Come on, let's go right now!
Going in to play Dynasty, I think we were hungrier than ever, but that first penalty they got really hurt them. We ended up pouring on them.
Them getting the penalties, it gives us the momentum to start the game, and then after that, then Short getting his penalties, you know. Once that ball started, we just rode that wave and worked out well for us, and everybody was playing well. It was definitely a confidence boost for us. They won 2 of the events and then took second at the next one. And then when you play that team and you beat them 7-0, we had a close game with them at the event before. And then we do that, it's definitely a good judge of where we were at, and we were firing on all cylinders.
Crazy boys! Our time, let's go! Hey, right now, boys, we set the fucking tone! These motherfuckers don't fuck with us on a goddamn Sunday! Believe
believe in each other. Believe in everything we got right fucking now. We were too goddamn hard, boys. Let's go, Heat.
Hey, who's ours? Ours! Who's ours? Who's ours? Houston! 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 Team on 3. 1, 2, 3.
X Factor, you never can count them out. They can be at any stage of the tournament and be the best looking team or a team that you go, what is going on with them? We got penalties right off the bat. Our boy Chad again, that was a good event for him.
Hey, keep it up, Sammy. It's our fucking day. Let's go.
2-2 tie, and they just started to slowly creep away and just getting a lot of G's on us off the break when we weren't shooting them off the break. They were doing a great job of shooting our snake guy, running to that snake side Aztec, and then capitalizing on him, using the center, holding those lanes and keeping us contained and not letting us move out of our spots, you know.
Let's go, boys! Let's go tomorrow!
I was running and gunning out to the corner, and instead of dive like shoot and then dive like this, you know, shoot and then just dive kind of heads up, and I hit the hard ground, hit it super hard, just hitting it that hard in the front kind of made it pop out that way. And so I made it alive, and the ref comes up to me and he's like, hey, what's going on? Do you want me to like walk you up the field? I'm like, no, I got it. You know, I'm just in this daze because I've never had it pop out this hard before. And my gun's behind me. It's in like the thick grass, and I hear Jason Edwards coaching me from the like up on top of the bleachers. He's like, yell my name, yell my name.
Lock it up. Where your gun is, Whitley, grab your gun.
And I kind of get out of this daze, and I look up at him. I'm like, what? What are you saying to me?
Whitley, grab your gun.
And then I look and I see there's a snake one, and he's shooting at my gun in the thick grass, and it's back to my left, and I can't grab it, obviously. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be tough, and I just like try to grab it, and I eventually grab it by the barrel and bring it in and holding it like this, and I'm just like, pop my head out, and now he's in snake 2, and I just like, oh man. I'm like telling the ref what's going on. I'm like, are we gonna win the point? He's like, I'll call you out when I'm the last guy alive. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. So does it look like we're winning the point? He's like, nah, man. I'm like, oh, great. Just did this for nothing, you know? So the point's over. I kind of just stand and let it droop, and it kind of just comes back into socket. X Factor guys, you know, they're cool dudes. Glad you're okay, man. Alex Martinez comes over and like pats me on the back, and he's just a great guy. And then I'm like, Tro, put me back in. He's like, what are you talking about? You can't even keep your limbs intact. He's like, you're sitting. I'm like, all right.
Let's go tomorrow, let's go!
Just that realization that, I mean, if something doesn't happen now, then that's it. The year's over.
Hey, goddammit, that's how we play paintball. Let's go. Strictly business, boys, let's go.
We all looked at each other in the pit. There's no way we're losing this game. We gotta dig deep, find whatever we need to do to get our primaries alive, play smart. We started getting some G's in the break and started pushing the field together, you know?
We started to come back, man. What they were doing to us, we started to do to them. You know, we started to get the G's on them off the break, just playing at one point at a time.
Hey, stay focused. Stay on tired.
We're not tired, motherfuckers. We play harder than this.
We've had a lot of veterans on the team that have had these comebacks, and you know, it's just one point at a time. You go out there and win that next point, and then it's like, go out there, win the next point, just win the next point, and they got a penalty.
It was crazy, man, like hearing the crowd after every point we won. 6-4, they get louder. 6-5, they get louder. 6-6, they get a penalty. Everyone's going nuts. Fuck yeah. Yes.
Minute 20 on their penalty. A minute 20.
Definitely go into that last point with good confidence. You know, you're riding high off of bringing 4 points back and them starting down to body, and I fell off the break and get chopped up by Colt. Fortunately, our guys were able to shoot him Chad sees I died, he just tries to take off and dive, and they just chopped him up right off the bat. It's 3-on-3.
Kill 2 of us. Fuck, 3-on-3.
Chad George kind of stepped out into a ball on that stink side. They should just controlled for a little bit longer, and then just kind of fell apart.
Us coming in from the year before, you know, we had a lot of wins in the first season. Wanting to do that again and win the World Cup back-to-back means the world to us. And for us to fall short on that just sucks.
The 3 Russians were leaving, going back to RKS, and it was pretty final around World Cup that everybody knew that they were gone after that event. So we knew that was kind of the last event as the original Houston Heat guys. So, you know, obviously everybody wanted to win it.
After World Cup, we knew that 3 Russians were gonna go back to, you know, do the RKS thing. I mean, it makes sense, man. You know, they were flying out 7-hour time difference every month, basically, to practice, and being away from home for that long and stuff, it makes sense for what they did. And it was honestly a clean split. And then Jacob, you know, going back to Florida and going back to doing his damage thing with his brother, that makes sense too, you know? All those guys are still my boys, still my family.
But it went for a long time when we had no clue who we were going to pick up. We threw some names back and forth and talked about some kids from some teams, you know. It was a long time. I know some of our guys were getting frustrated. Some rumors started getting out there that like Chad and Sam were leaving for our chaos, and LJ was going to Infamous.
There's a lot of unanswered questions at the end of last season. Towards the middle of the off season, just hanging around with our buddies. I mean, we live with Tim and Ryan, live right close to us, we're always hanging out together, good friends. We just brought it up one of these nights, you know, what if you guys come play for us?
I was on Impact for 3 years, so I mean, I'd honestly thought that's where I was going to probably finish playing for my career. But an opportunity came for me, Ryan, and Greg to join Heat, and talked to Yaya, talked to Jason, talked to Sarge, and set it up, made it happen. It worked out better with me living in Pittsburgh and 3 other guys and Jason living in Pittsburgh. So we put 5 of the guys from the team in one city and the coach in one city. And logistically, it made a lot of sense.
Leaving Impact last year was a little last minute for us. You know, it was right at the beginning of the year. It was with Tim Montrester, Ryan Moorhead, and we just kind of made a deal as a 3-pack that we were going to come to Heat. You know, it was a tough decision, but we're all happy with it.
Excessive. You know, I've been there since the beginning, 11 years, and you know, it was just time for me to make a move, something that's was best for my family, I think best for my career, to change it up, to re-spark who I am as a player and what I do, and Heat came about. It was the best fit for me. I love Mama D and Sarge, and you know, I went and talked to them, and they wanted me on the team, so here I am, and I'm playing with them, and I love it.
Yeah, like called me, and he's like, listen, we're gonna try and figure something out for you. We'll see what happens, but I didn't really think it was gonna come true. I waited a couple weeks, kept asking him what's going on, because I just wanted to know what's going on. I had to like figure out what's going on, because the season was coming up soon. And he's like, buy a ticket out to California, come practice with the team. Practice with the team, it felt really good. There was a lot of things I could work on. Jason and Sarge sat me down, it was so nerve-wracking. But as soon as they told me I made the team, it was just like, so much energy just wanted to like explode out my body. It was amazing. It's a good feeling.
All it is is run across it. Yeah. That's sweet. Yeah. But like that's all you do before you do a little jog, because they start doing that shit.
When Philly collapsed, that was just weird. So like, to have Tim and Ryan back, it just felt like, you know, family reunion. Just getting the band back together, and teams can say they have a family, but dude, these guys are my family. We all live together, we all hang out together. Like, I see these dudes every day. You could win with bunch of people, you know, that's fun and all. Everybody loves winning, but when you look over and the people that you won with are like your family and the dudes that you hang out with day in and day out, that's a different feeling, and that's what we wanted to accomplish. For me, it's getting the Philly family back, but then inside that, like, yeah, I wasn't a part of that, and that guy's family. These guys are his family. For all of us, every little thing matters more.
My ideal plan is to play all 10 people equal and make it easy for me. You know, fresh legs, you know, everybody's playing good, keeping the other team guessing every point. You know, but realistically, people have good days, people have bad days. You know, some people, you know, if you look at any other sport, look at a sport like the NBA, you know. You got the starting 5, then you have the other 8 guys on the bench that come in and relieve those guys, you know, when they need a break, right? And I don't think paintball should be different.
I mean, I guess with Fedorov, you know, we got a lot of crap because we kept playing people like that over and over and over, and people are like, well, those guys are your whole team. Well, I mean, look at Heat, you know, Dwayne Wade and LeBron James, that's their team, you know. Give them breaks when you can, but you want them on the court as much as possible. So that's really how I feel a paintball team should be run.
I mean, in an ideal situation, like I said, everybody be playing equally. On this team, you know, people are performing, people are, you know, putting in the work, and it's noticeable, you know, and today it might be somebody, tomorrow it might be somebody else. I definitely don't play favorites. I really like Ryan. I mean, there's tournaments he barely played because other people were playing better. That's all, you know, it boils down to. I mean, I like everybody on the team, but I come out here to win. I don't, you know, I got enough friends. All my friends are peers.
You know, for 30 years I've been managing groups of people. That's what I do for a living. It's not moving packages anymore. It's just building winning teams at work. And I do it because I get paid for it there. I do this because I love it. And I love the people that I'm around. And I really am very fortunate to have such a great group of people. Every one of you are handpicked. You're not here by accident. You're here because you have a certain respect, honor, and probably the biggest one is the humility piece. I think it's an important trait of a great leader and a great team. There's nothing wrong with being proud to be a winner, but you know, I like this group because when we win respectfully. And then we're going to lose. And quite frankly, there's going to be some points and matches that we're going to look at and we go, how the heck do we lose that? And you got to lose with respect because you're never going to be a great winner until you learn how to be a good loser. And I just ask that number one, you have fun. Because remember what got you into paintball when you were 13 years old, right? You came out with your buddies, you had fun, it was a good time. We want to keep that intact, right? But at the same time, and I don't have to tell you this, you're just as competitive as I am. I don't like to lose, I'll be honest with you. I really don't like to lose. So I expect the people to put the work in to be winners, because this is going to be the start of a great season. So, and I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Derder.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We need Chad. 5.
Playing for Heat is a lot different than an excessive. You know, I've always been like kind of like that guy, right? I'm the guy that's expected to go make it happen. I felt like the weight was always on my shoulders to get the job done. You know, if we're gonna win because of what I did or what I could offer. And I mean, obviously that's still there as being a professional paintball player, but I'm not the one that Heat's looking for to go make it happen. We have a lot of star players, and it's more about just fitting into a role, doing my job, do my job, get it done well, and we're gonna win because everybody else around me is gonna do their job.
So we say kill one off the left, kill one off the right, that's obviously a kill two. So we gotta put that together.
Relay across, let's put it
Our
together.
relay's really bad. I mean, I gotta listen more, and we all gotta talk more.
I got to help the front guys too.
You know, I've always looked up to Tim, and he instantly became, you know, took that leadership role, I think. He doesn't look out for himself. He honestly cares about every single person on the team. When he speaks, he doesn't speak off of anyone else. He speaks off of the honest truth of how something is.
We can control the pace and shoot our guns a little bit. I mean, pretty simple. Right? This is stuff that we've been struggling with for the last week or so. But, I mean, as a whole, we have some good things going on. I mean, I think we're getting to the same corner. We're doing pretty well in the same corner. If we get our guys out on the Dorito side, I think we're going down there pretty hard. I think the middle's not been so good for us.
This is my 12th year pro, so I mean, you got to give your input and advice where it's needed, right? This team's different in the dynamic in that on impact, let's say Bart's starting to coach, and really it's only his 3rd year coaching, where Jason's been coaching for 7 or 8 years. So this is one of the teams that truly revolves around a coach. So we just have to kind of give some input and our feelings, and then Jason makes the final decision. But you know, I guess it's kind of like any team, whether it's at amateur baseball, you know, high school all the way up to pro, right? There's always someone that tries to collect everybody's inputs and make kind of like a unified decision for the team, like, hey, this is where we need to go, and then everybody has to get on board. So I think that's kind of where I fit into the role, you know. Let's all buy into this and make this work.
Hey, let's go, motherfucker! Hey, right now, this is why we're here! This is why we're here! This is our tournament! No one is gonna take it from us! This is why we work all of those damn hours! Every day is for today! For this moment right here! These motherfuckers are gonna come hard! Fuck these motherfuckers! Come at us, and you know what? Go ahead and fucking hit them back even harder! Put them in the ground!
I wanted to play so bad. Obviously, all that stuff went out on the internet with Karen saying all that stuff about me. It meant a lot to me. I just wanted to prove that I'm a lot better than what was said about me. Like, I'm boys with all those guys on the team, but I just wanted to beat them so bad.
Good job, guys!
That's your tune-up match. That's like whatever you think's gonna go right or wrong. That's your match that you're just like, all right, this is us and the boys, and it's just like, all right, here we go. We're gonna start this off right.
He didn't get you LZ, I fucked him up. I was like, no. And then the dream track got to go, I'm like, no. My LJ, he's mine.
We won the point. We had a bunch of bodies alive. They chrono Ryan. He's shooting like 303 or something like that. Give him a minor penalty. Don't give us the point.
You guys should be shooting in the 280s. 280s.
We can't afford that, man.
I am shooting 280 again, though.
That sucks.
After that, you know, we got the penalty. Vicious won like a point or two. It kind of did take a little bit of momentum. Like, that's where they got their points.
We basically keyed up on Shane Colby. I mean, I was the one shooting for him most of the time, and I was just shooting for that snake side for him every time. Sometimes he would get through, sometimes he wouldn't, but that's the only person that's gonna really attack and come at us.
I mean, no offense to Vicious, but like the way that they play, especially with that field layout, if you bunkered Shane, they really had zero other push. That's really all they had, and you know, not to blow that kid's ego up or something, but like that was their push. I mean, they sent him just off the break. Hopefully he shot everybody or shot a bunch of people, and the other kids could just stand their bunkers, never move, and hopefully dink everybody else out.
Good job, boys. Good job. Hey, a little rocky, but we're only gonna get better all week. Right? Come on, boys.
I just didn't see us working together like we should be, you know. Make sure we're fucking putting guys in and telling them to go. Yeah. You know, a couple times we slid over there, you know, and we got caught. I want to make the moves, but it's a lot easier when we're working together, okay? And Slav, we got to close these games a little bit a little smarter.
If he feels that, you know, we're not doing something right or wrong, you know, or things can be improved, it's not about if you go out there and shoot 4 guys. He wants to know why you didn't shoot 5 guys. So he's going to pull that right out of you, and he's going to make you that much better. And that's what he does.
I mean, it wasn't a great game, but fucking we did a lot of good stuff, all right? Good job.
Bring it in, boys. Get in there. Bring it in there.
Every game we get stronger, right, boys? Every game we dig deeper. We get better. We work together better. This team is going to win this tournament, man. Believe that. I looked around and people were playing awesome today, but as a team, we are unfreaking stoppable. I know you guys believe that, right? Yeah. Come on. Oh, yeah, boys. Excited about this. Let's go. Midwest. What? This is a bare knuckle fight. These motherfuckers are going to come, and we got to beat them to the fucking punch. Get to the 50s and put them in the dirt.
Man, Shock is like that little kid in the playground that you just don't know what to expect from. They're just, nobody's ever parented them. They just kind of scream their head off and flail their arms and punching kids in the nose and kicking kids in the shin. They're definitely playing better, but you play them 5-on-5, we should beat them every time.
Here we go, boys. Let's go to war.
Wasn't even really close yet.
What, making it?
Yeah.
Carl Makowski is very fast, and you know, shooting him going out snake side was difficult for us, so we had a problem with it. At the same time, you know, I'll give it to Chris Osteen. He was getting kills off the break, and we just didn't adjust to it, not like we should have. And with that, you know, it cost us.
Hey, it's not over yet. Get back in this game. Hey,
stop.
There was some points where it looked promising, but we kind of gave it away with some stupid mistakes. Either be losing a guy but dying out of his bunker or trying to run into their guns. Nothing was working for us, really.
Come on, Thomas.
We were way off too.
Come on, guys.
Fuck, man.
Guys, you have to get it right now.
Take a breather, guys. Guys, you gotta play a little smarter, man. Close these games a little bit better. How did they not get all the penalties? Run them down the field with hits on it. Okay. Hey, where did we? Carl's just running down with hits, bro.
I know. I'm shooting them.
The hard part is, you know, honestly, I scouted them. I knew what they were going to do. I told the guys what they were going to do. We knew they were going to bottle up inside, standing right in the middle of the open, in the back, shooting at our wide guy. And I tried to set a guy out shooting up the middle at him. And I'm watching them just stand there, no pain coming back at them. We knew they were running one guy to the snake side, so we had guys shooting at that guy, and we were missing him. They were shooting our guys, and then we weren't even shooting their guys standing in the open in the middle. Definitely frustrating to know what they're doing, set them up to beat them at what they're doing, and it not happen.
Let's go, guys. Fuck! Now or never. Let's go. Hey, lots of time left. Lots of time left.
I'm not saying we overlooked them, but we definitely weren't prepared for what their game plan was. I mean, Chris Sosin played really well, chopped us up on the snake side. And then by the time we adjusted, I mean, we were down pretty far. We just couldn't make a comeback on them. I mean, they did play well that event. And we knew it was going to be a good field for them, though. That fast-paced, kind of chaotic game they're really good at.
Hey, it's over, guys. It's over.
What you need, baby?
Bring it. It's over. Tomorrow will be better, right? We'll fucking work harder tomorrow, be smarter. Hold your heads up high. It's only the second game. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team!
Going into this next game playing Ironman, it is basically a must-win, especially we know we play Dynasty after that, and we know they're a way better team than Ironman is. I remember the first point, playing that Dorito Tower, looking inside at the snake side, and all of a sudden I just felt this loud ringing, and just, like, that woke me up, man. I love that stuff.
If you looked at each individual point, I mean, a lot of times you could pinpoint exactly when somebody did something as an individual, and you were like, he did that as an individual, leaving this guy out to dry. Once this guy got left out to dry, this guy had to try and make up for it. Then what'd he do? Tried too hard to make up for it, got himself killed, and it was just, there's not one player that you can just be like, there's this guy this time, this guy. It was, honestly, it was all of us.
All right, boys, step it up. Now it's time to go to war. Let's go. Lock in. Let's go.
Marcelo and I had a one-on-one. I was low on paint. We were just kind of snapping back and forth. I kept trying to jump over the can to shoot him. I thought I shot him a couple times. I missed him. All I could think to myself was, I got to shoot him because it's going to take the momentum of the game. They're already in the lead. I got to pull it back. And all I could hear out of my right ear was, you know, he's coming. So I turned one way and spun around the bunker. I thought I shot him. I kind of like looked at him, and then as soon as he came around the can again, he shot me, and I was like, oh, I should have stopped. I thought I was convinced I'd have shot him, so it was my mistake. I mean, if we'd have won that point, then it would have brought the game closer. And if we didn't, then it's like, all right, now we got to fight even harder to come back.
Knowing that the Ironmen had just brought up a bunch of the guys from Royalty, from a lower division, we thought they're playing decent, we can outgun them, even if we're losing guys off the break. We ran into the same problems.
Hey, right now. Let's go tomorrow. Let's go. Let's go. Plenty of time left in this game, boys. Plenty of time.
We were down 4-0, and I remember it being really quiet in the pits. It was kind of just like, we can't talk anymore about what to do. We kind of just have to do it.
Baby, you don't need a break, kid. You don't need a fucking break. Hey, stand up. Stand up. And slow breathing, okay? Jim fucking points the tie. We got this shit.
We're gonna win this shit. Let's go.
We came out, we scored back-to-back points, and then we've been out for a third point in a row, and they shot 3 of us off the break. By the time I got to snake 1, I was already being bunkered by Mouse. He noticed that everybody was dead and just ran to the 50 and blew my face off. He's a great player and did his thing.
Good job, LJ.
Yeah, baby.
Turn around.
Hey, there's one guy running up.
Control paintball, right? 5-on-4. Let's go get some points out here.
There was one player left, and it was the guy that got me the first point. And I was like, oh man, you dish it out, you gotta take it, right? And I just wait till I'm about like 2 feet away from his head and just put it on him. I would never put it on like someone like that if they didn't do it to me first, but it happens, man. It's part of the sport, you know? I love it.
There we go, boys! Turn around, turn around.
Hey, LJ.
You're right.
Right now, let's go. That's how you fucking play.
Here you go, LJ.
I was trying to rush it in because they still had their penalty. I wanted to keep the time on it. Like a dumbass, I just ran it in instead of taking the extra 4 seconds. I still had 3 other dudes on the field that I could have just looked at and been like, hey, check me over. I was on my own page. That's realistically all it was.
We had enough bodies to fucking still hang it.
We got a minor. We got a minor.
Dirty hang?
Who hung
No hang?
Who hung
Sam did. I don't know. Because they're trying to run it.
You lose the point and you have to start the next point with 4 guys. You know, it's probably one of the worst penalties you can get. You know, especially when you have other bodies alive that can easily check a guy over.
In regards to the Ironman game, I thought we were going to win. I mean, I never really felt like that game was out of hand. Even though I know it was 3-7 against Shock, we just never really had anything to answer Shock, right? They just kept shooting us. We kept going. They kept shooting us. The Ironman, they just beat us some points. I mean, there's some points they beat us. You get a dirty hang here and there. You lose a one-on-one. 2 points there. They could go either way. It is what it is. They just beat us.
We go into fucking relegation.
Might already be there.
What?
We might already be in it.
Don't be fucking dragging your heads around. We got another game to play, okay? That one was important. We just made some silly mistakes, man. We'll get it back together. Do not give up the fight. We didn't come all this way for nothing.
This next game's huge.
This next game's big. Yeah, it's big.
Coming into someone that you think can actually compete with you after what we had been through, you got nothing to lose. And winning that game didn't even promise us that we weren't going to play the relegation game. So all it was pride, if nothing else. Maybe just a shot at not having to play for relegation.
Probably should have won those other games. We were more or less going into it with the attitude of like trying to figure out amongst each other what we need to do just to win the game.
Point where Alex was in front of me in the race bunker, and I was also in the race bunker. He came through, bunkered the 50, which I wasn't in. He picked his gun up. By that time, I had popped over top of the race bunker, shot him, came back down, and by the time I came back down, he was already shooting me in the side of the pack.
Came down to a 2-on-1. I'm pretty sure Brandon Short was in the corner. I realized that I needed to get over to the snake side and split the field, try and pinch him out and stuff like that. I noticed that he was shooting at Yaya a lot more than me, so I tried to look for a window to come down the tape and kind of force him out towards Yaya to maybe clip him in the pack or at least just bunker him. So I run down the wire. He came out towards Yaya's side. He didn't get a ball on him, but luckily I got a ball on him. We traded, and that was it. I'm pretty sure it was tie at that point, and then they just ran away with it after that.
Every match in Dallas, it seemed like it'd be a battle at the beginning, and then all of a sudden, like, the other team would just take off with the lead. And I don't know what that was. Maybe just being a new team, I don't know.
You get to the point where you know how to play as a team, and you say, okay, when we get up by this points, we know when to control, we know when to push, we know how to hold. This guy looks this way, this guy looks that way. I mean, that just comes with playing each other. I mean, on the All-Americans, on Impact, we get to a point where you just know how to close out games. You get up by a point, you feel the momentum. I mean, here you got 45% of a new team on Heat. So, I mean, everybody's playing different spots sometimes, playing with different people, and it's just, there wasn't a rhythm. So whether we're up by a point, down by a point, it really doesn't mean much because it's not like we really ever had a flow going. I never felt like we had a consistent rhythm. It's not that we weren't prepared because we did practice a lot, but to think that you build a team overnight or in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, it takes time. And obviously I wish we would have performed better, but it's just how it goes.
It's done. Fucking tournament's over. I mean, tomorrow we gotta be focused for. That's the biggest game of the fucking weekend now. All right? So that's it. It's over. Get out of your head. We lost. Big deal. It's fucking over. So let's focus on this next game and go from here. I see us compete with teams. We got a new team. We got 5 new guys on the team. I don't care how good the players are on the team. You need time to build, you know. And I'll take the fault. You know what I mean? I'll take the fault because I wasn't there on those practice days. It's not going to happen again. Okay. I'll be there the rest of the events on those practice days. You know, I could tell we weren't as prepared as I thought we should have been coming in here. So I'll take the fall in this tournament. All right.
My wife and I had a baby, and she works full time, and then I do this, so I was only able to be there for 2 days of practice. I like to be there like 6-7 days of practice, and having 5 new guys on the team, I definitely wasn't able to get the guys to work. I don't know, I should have been there more before Dallas.
Like I said, it's over, man. Tomorrow starts a new day, man. All right?
Yep.
We'll go out there and play like I know we could play, man. It's the most talented team I've ever been part of. All right? We just got to put it together. All right?
Gotta show it.
Let's do it, guys.
Man, we gotta scout some games and we gotta put something together. We only have one game left on this field to make it win. We have to win. We have to win.
We went and sat in the rain for like 4 hours and we watched teams play and teams dismantle and teams come back, making sure we scout every team that's possible that we could play. We're scouting them. Tampa Bay Damage, they would be up on teams like 6-2, and then all of a sudden like penalties are just getting thrown left and right.
So it's either gonna be Damage or Impact in the relegation game. I mean, honestly, we're over there by Joey and he's trying to help his team win, and I don't know what happened with them. They're up like 6-2 and just kind of blew the game, and we're like, oh great, that team that should actually be first in their bracket, we're gonna be playing them on Sunday.
You really can a lot. You know, they'll have a guy here, but then usually 2 break out this side. You know, sometimes they'll do a slow delaying shooting to here. And this corner guy usually runs and shoots all the way pretty slow. But they do usually have a guy like Jacob like right in this area. You just got to forget what happened at that point, because what's going to change, you know? It's not going to go back in time, so be focused on that next game like it's a championship game.
We just got to have the mentality to be like, to put it in their faces, especially these guys. If we get in their heads or we get them on their heels, I really feel like we can beat these guys 7-0, okay? And we have to be that pissed off enough to have that mentality to make sure that we win this game. It's the most important game of any of us right now with this team, with this organization, for anybody. For Sarge, for everybody, for ourselves.
Right now, I look out there and it's like playing like, I don't want to get fucked up, so I don't get sat for the next 5 points, or so that no one blames me for this. Dude, you just gotta go out there and try to play some paintball, man. Like, what I saw is like we win 1 or 2 points against Dynasty, we're rah, everything's gonna go, we lose a point or 2, and then it's like, oh shit, am I gonna go back out? And then I saw everyone like this roll off. And everyone's getting digged up. But no one did anything. No one did anything to win any game. Everyone played to not lose, to not get benched, to not get yelled at, and we're gonna do that, man. We're never gonna do well. So everyone's just gotta go out there and try to play to win some games.
We haven't really come together as a team to say where I feel confident, where I can go out there and I can battle with this guy, and if I lose, screw it, I'm gonna go back out there. And that's really what I meant with that meeting, is saying that everybody's playing to not get sat, right? And you're never gonna win games, you're never gonna win tournaments like that. If you wanna win games, you have to ride that line between failing and succeeding, right? That's how paintball is, right? You're either gonna stand out there toe to toe and gun battle this guy and say, I'm gonna shoot him and make him shoot me, and that's just what it is. Or you play like we did in Dallas, where you just roll off, you go, you know, I can just roll off, shoot the zone, he runs through it, maybe I shoot him. If not, it's not my fault. Everybody's just hoping to get more play time. What can I do to get back out on the field and not screw up?
So everyone's just gotta go out there and try to play to win some games. And have faith in the dude beside you and do your job and say, you know what, maybe I'm gonna get bunker this time. Next time he's gonna get me. Shit, I got bunkered again. Next time he's gonna get me. Shit, I mean, you just gotta kind of have that forgetful memory sometimes. We just gotta get down the field, man.
You know what we gotta do, man? Let's do it. No choice.
Most people, when you talk about it, are like, oh, that's Heat and Damage. Are they playing the finals on Sunday? No, they're playing a relegation match. And it's like, okay, this is real. The struggle is real right now.
Right now, okay? We got to handle fucking business, okay? This is our motherfucking 9 to 5. Send these motherfuckers home, okay? Let's go.
This felt like a finals game. It was such a weird feeling. We're playing Damage. We're playing a great team in the relegation. It's just so weird because it's like you're upset, but you can't be upset. You have to shake all that off from the last couple of days and just worry about this one right now.
Chad, that's okay. The dead spot shooter got a major. Yep, that's okay though. They got shooting at you.
That's how you fucking play.
Ryan Smith got a penalty. Even if we're playing 5-on-5, I felt like our game plan was really good, right? We decided that we're gonna kind of roll with a couple dudes, let them go out there and play with fire. You get a shot, you get shot, probably gonna go back out there.
Don't let up, Sewers. Come on, baby.
Everybody's working together, playing as a team. All the things that we said we needed to do, we decided to actually finally start doing.
Hey, focus still.
What do you need? What do you need, LJ? Take it. Hang on.
No excitement, just focus. You get that? Yeah, fucking ready. Hey, let's go.
We were playing for the first time in this whole tournament, this whole year. It felt like we were just clicking, man. Like we were just rolling our guns, controlling, talking, moving as a unit. Just felt way better today. It felt like we were playing like a championship team versus Damage. I ended up getting a major penalty. I definitely messed up right there.
What? I got shot and I'm... Oh, okay. And then...
LJ tried to come across from the tower into the Dorito, got shot in the leg, and I don't even think the dude shot his gun, man. That flag was already up in the air by the time he looked down.
Got a bad break, LJ got a penalty. It's not too big of a deal, right? It's not the end of the world. You can kill 4 and 5 on that field. I fill out to the corner, shoot a couple guys, or Chad shoots some guys, I'm not really sure how, but a bunch of guys came off on the snake side. I think it was a 2-on-1 left. Jason came running down the Dorito side, shot me on my pack. I spin. I honestly don't think I shot him, but the reality is, I mean, I'll own it. It was my mistake. I mean, I should have just taken it and walked off, but I turn around and I go, there's a guy coming, right? You're like, oh, I gotta trade, see what happens, but again, it's my mistake, so I own it.
I didn't shoot him.
You just gave me another major?
Yeah, Tim got one. Still ridiculous.
For what? He's got 2 majors.
You shot him. I got blown up and I went like...
What?
It was like right here. Like, oh,
hey, can we wrap?
And I'm like, okay, I'm out. Maybe shoot my gun.
Yeah. Get out of the zone. Get ready. You got shot at me.
Are you kidding me?
5-on-3 against a really good team. I mean, I don't care if you're playing in the relegation match or you're playing them in the finals, right? They're a dangerous team. 5-on-3 against them is just, it's no bueno, right? I mean, they just shoot one dude off the break and they run right down the middle, especially on the field in Dallas. It was so fast.
LJ and Sam. Hey, get this, Sam. Kill this penalty.
Right now, boys.
All day, Heat.
It was sharks in the water. They just ate us up. Like sack lunch, see you later. They took our lunch money. It was bad.
2 shooters in the middle. Snake! 2 shooters right in the middle shooting snakes on it.
That scenario could have been worse. I mean, they could have closed out the whole game on a 5-on-3 in 2 minutes in Dallas. 5-on-5, they're 45-second points. So 5-on-3, I mean, they're running 15, 20-second points. To keep it as close as it was a miracle.
11 seconds on one of them, 42 on the other.
Right. Hey, let's go.
Hey, we can beat these guys in heads-up paintball. Let's go.
Dirty hang?
Dirty hang, nice boys. What's that?
Yeah, let's go, Heat.
Let's go, Heat.
Hang on.
1 point game.
Let's go, Heat.
Hey, stay focused.
They got their penalty, and honestly, I don't know if it was really that deserved, but I guess a lot of the things went like that match, and it's what we needed.
Jacob got the major for the dirty hang, and then he was cussing out the ref about it when they drew the minor penalty. So yeah, you think that's a gift that you needed, especially when you just took 2 major penalties.
Hey, now it's our turn. Let's go.
Hey, tie game right now. Let's go. Tie game. It's not over.
Ryan, Tim, Chad, LJ, and Greg.
Way to play, Greg.
You know, I'll take blame. Maybe I didn't coach a great tournament, but I think that game, I stayed up all night pretty much, going through my notes on what I had on damage for that tournament and watching them on the webcast all night. I couldn't sleep. I thought I had a good game plan for that game.
You got a major and a minor?
I think it's just one of the
I don't get a lot of penalties, again, so I'm not making a lot of excuses, but I got shot on my pack. I'm asking for a paint check, and there's a ref laying right there. He can't really see it because it's on the inside tube. I'm saying, hey, check me, check me, check me. He kind of shrugs his shoulders. Okay, think I'm good, start shooting. Guy from the other side of the field's calling me out, which I don't see, right? I'm looking at the guy that's 2 feet away from me. He comes running over, throws a major. I stand up, I'm like, you're really gonna give me a major? When I ask for a paint check, and the guy didn't come in and check me. So they turned it into a minor, however that happens, and I came out of the box. But we lose that point.
Tim got a major. Got a major again? And a minor. Motherfucker!
Minor will come on.
Your career, right here.
Great dig, baby. Dig, they don't shoot.
This is for you.
Come on, Chad George. Great game, baby.
That was one of the most intense games I've ever played. Finals, prelims, Europe, Asia, South America, America. That was the most nerve-wracking game I've ever played in. And you're playing to see if you get to play in the pro league the next tournament. So when you're 6-6, 5-on-5 with a couple minutes left, and whoever wins that point stays in the pro league next tournament, that's pretty nerve-wracking.
I'll tell you where he lines up.
Let's go, Heat!
If he lines up outside of Jacob, that means he's going in farther.
Final point, sent Ryan short. I edged out with him, smoked Jacob in his loader, and he's just kneeling down back there. And I was like, okay, we're up 5-on-4. Look over, Ryan's in the snake. I join him, and Chad in the snake corner. We got LJ in the tower. Got Greg in the can.
Like, wow, we got this. We have the bodies, you know, we have the spots. We got this. Let's just dig them out.
5-on-4 at those positions wins 99% of the time. Jason played unbelievably well. I mean, Jason's a great player in those situations, down on the count. He had a great shot on Ryan, ended up shooting Chad. Now it's 3-on-4.
That feeling of being out of that actual match, knowing that what could happen if we don't pull out this 3-on-4, it's just gut-wrenching. I can't explain the feeling.
Chad gets shot out of the corner. Eventually they start pushing down. Jason shoots me out of the snake.
I knew I had to go, so I ended up shooting Timmy, and I took off running to the Dorito side, and I shot LJ in the back of his head. He was gonna get bunkered anyway, but it was just too little too late.
It's devastating. It's a feeling you never want to have. You got punched in the stomach and you can't breathe.
That feeling is like you just don't care anymore. It's a good reason to hate people. It's a good reason to get frustrated and to just not care anymore. But you gotta keep your head on a swivel and just deal with your consequences.
Bring it in tight. Bring it in tight. All right, man. Well, after this event, come on in, LJ.
LJ, get in.
Hey, put this one in the record books, let it go, make it be a reminder of how hard it is to work and what we got to do to move forward, man. I still love every one of y'all. We still got the greatest sponsors in the world, and we'll get through this. If it doesn't kill us, it's going to make us stronger. All right?
I haven't gotten upset like that in a while. Like, I actually got upset after that game. Like, I didn't want to, I just went over by myself and I got pretty emotional. It wasn't a good feeling. I don't ever want to feel that again. I want to stay in the Champions Division.
When we lost the damage, it almost felt unreal because you play pro for so long. I mean, you get bumped down. You're in the second division. I mean, no matter how you look at it, whether it's Pro 2 or something, right? You're not in the top Premier League. And it was a sickening feeling. I mean, I almost felt like I could throw up, and then we have to drive back to Houston to catch our flights, which was a 3-hour drive. So we're sitting in the car silent for 3 hours thinking like, it's another 6 weeks or whatever before we even get a chance to come back out to compete, to try to get a chance to get back up to pro. It didn't even really hit me for a couple days till I got home.
I've pretty much not even liked to think about paintball. I just want to get it all over with and get back to where we should have been all along.
You have to have the mindset, you have to work harder. Your mindset has to be like, hey, we got to go handle business and I got to do whatever it takes for my team to go on. You got to be willing to risk anything and everything just to get back in that division. And you know, we have that mindset. And that's not that we don't deserve to be down here. It's the fact that like we don't need to be down here. You can't have any kind of mindset other than the fact that it's a must win. Like you go down there, you handle your business and you come back.
We put ourselves in this position. I mean, no offense, we have no business being down there. It's not where we belong.
Coming into MAO, it is what it is. I mean, you can't change the past. We're in the boat we're in. You have to deal with it. This is just as important a tournament as Dallas, because now we have to fight to get back up for Chicago. So we have to come in here, we have to win. And we have to win, I think, in a pretty dominant fashion to just prove that you deserve to be up there. Not that you got in as a 9th or 10th seed, but that you deserve to be up there and be a finals team.
Coming into MAO, I decided that I don't have any friends in the challengers bracket, so I'm not trying to be nice to anybody, and I'm just trying to prove a point that we don't even compete in the challengers bracket. We don't belong there, we never will belong there, and that our team is above and beyond anyone in that division. So we're not trying to just win MAO, we're trying to prove a point.
First match in the Challengers division, playing CEP. We were down a couple of points. They played well. They shot our snake side off the break, decent amount of times. So it was tough getting out to that snake side temple. But our players dug deep and ended up chopping up, moving through the lanes, out of their bunkers. They were losing gunfights, and we beat them with experience.
We just wanted to make a statement today, like we didn't do nothing fancy, nothing crazy in a huddle. We're just like, we're here to do business. We want to beat people that are experienced and show them that we don't belong here. We belong in the champions, and that's what we did. We just capitalized on a lot of their little mistakes and came out victorious, 7-0.
Lost our first point to Seattle Thunder, and they got 2 major penalties, which really set them back. We played 5-on-3, and we got up a few points on that, and we really didn't lose one after that first point. We ended up beating them 7-1.
Third game at MAO, we played the Russian Legion. We knew coming into it that if we were going to have competition in the challengers bracket, it was probably going to be the Russians. We had seen them play a couple games before. So we just tried to come out strong, as best we could, stuck to our game plan, stuck to our wits. We pushed up the center a lot and just hoped to make our bunkers. We ended up in a 5-4 game. They scored their 4th point with literally 0 seconds on the clock, but I don't think the score reflected the game. I really think we pushed them around and forced our will on them, and I don't think they were there to compete with us. The 4th game was excessive. I know myself, I like to try to beat up on excessive. That was my first pro team. I had a great time on that team, but who doesn't like beating an old team? We also have Thomas Taylor on the squad, and I know that was his home for a long time, but again, who doesn't like beating up on an old team?
Me personally, going into that game, it was kind of like one of those weird feelings. I mean, I've been with Excessive since day one. I started that team. Those guys are like family to me. You go into it and I know they're thinking, hey, they want to take me out because I left the team, right? And I want to prove that, I'm the guy that left, that I still got what it takes. So it was some good battles, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a few times in there I'm thinking like, is half the team shooting at this bunker? Because I can't do anything. I mean, they really put it on me. But yeah, I mean, I wanted to win it really bad. I did. I think the score was 7-2. For the most part, we controlled the game and finished kind of how we thought it would.
We've been waiting so long for this one game. We win this game, we're back where we need to be. Okay, focus just on this one game, 1 point at a time. This is how we earn our respect back. We haven't earned shit. We've done nothing yet. We beat a bunch of teams, it don't matter. This is the only game for the whole last month and the next month. This is the only game that fucking matters, right here, right now. Beat these motherfuckers to the ground.
So in our semifinal match, MAO, we had to play Top Gun. And really their strong point is just shooting their guns. We went into it knowing that not to push the envelope and try to wait out some of their endless just shooting. And I thought we did a great job of it.
You can win all your prelims, but if you don't win the first match on Sunday, you're going home without a place, without a podium, and without moving on to the Champions Division. So who cares up until then? So going in against Top Gun, we came out as strong as we could. And we racked up 3 points real quick.
okay, whatever. They scored 1 point. Well, the next point, we go out there, and I decide to leave early on the horn for the field next to us and get a 1-for-1 for doing that. That's real sweet. So that puts us in a 3-on-5, which didn't turn out too bad because we got a kill, but then we got a major minor instantly. So that gave them their second point. So we really did a lot of effort to make sure the game was close. You know, we didn't want Top Gun to feel like we were just going to run away with this bad boy, all right? We wanted him right there in the mix.
Let's go, Heat, come on! Hey, mental tenacity, let's go!
We got 2 minors and a major, all in 1 point. So in the final point of the match, we broke out with 3 players. And I had to go to Dorito 1 off the break, and a lot of guys have been getting shot. And I dove in, I looked around, and when no ref was waving at me, I was like, oh yeah, we won this. And then we just started chopping them up. We killed off 2 penalties. We shot enough guys to just hold it off. It was a little closer than we wanted, but who cares, we won.
Good job, boys! Woo! Hey, win's a win, man. Hey, but it's win's a win.
I know, but we fucking gotta be better than that, dude. Fucking nightmare.
MAO was more just being angry and frustrated and kind of hating paintball a little bit. Just really feeling like the team was in a division that we shouldn't be. It was a little ridiculous. So being back in the champions feels more normal than anything else during MAO.
We knew how bad they wanted this match. At the end of our last match, things might have got a little hairy, all right? Some dude might have got shot real bad and we got a penalty. I'm not blaming it on San Monville, but someone did it. And they were like, hey, we'll see you on Sunday. And they backed it up.
Hey, listen, every single point matters. We go out there, we win the first point, and then the second point, and then the third point. You just grind it, boys. Believe in the people around you. Do your job. We're gonna win.
Finals, let's have fun. But down inside, we all still want to make a statement that, you know, this was a fluke. And we pulled back some ridiculous points, 2-on-5s, 3-on-5s. I really believe that we're at the point where we all believe in each other, that we can, anyone can step up.
Let's go, baby! Let's go! Keep it up! Let's go, Heat! Hey, right now, you got a fucking one.
Go, Nick.
Hey, Nick!
It was a respect thing. We came in expecting to win, and not just win, but to dunk on the teams in Challengers Division.
That's all right. We got them all locked up.
I know, he just missed him when he went to the Dorito 3. Yeah, not Dad.
Way to go, Bump.
Harder, baby.
You are the man. Way to protect your boy. Way to go, Thomas.
Yeah, thanks for helping.
I love a little luck once in a while.
Hey, we're not done yet. One fucking more.
The Russians gave us the old, whatever, we'll see you on Sunday. We'll shoot you guys then. Da-da-da-da. Whatever, man. We dunked on them. 7-0, unanswered points.
Hey! Way to finish it off with our strongest game, guys.
Did I think we'd beat them 7-0? No, that's sweet though, man. I'll take a 7-0 any day of the week, baby. Come on. That's just like, boom, pay me, right?
There he is. Got him a 3-pack. Got him a 3-pack. When that first day when we walked by that pro field, I don't know about you, but I felt like shit. I did.
It's the only word you can say.
It affected me, and it has for the last couple months. And you know, it's nice to see you guys pull from the freaking gut and pull it out, man. I'm not going to forget what it was like to play over there. I don't expect you to either over the next part of this year, right? I'm very proud of every one of you guys. I love you from the bottom of my heart, and thank you for this win.
Hey, we love you too. Thanks for believing in us, Sarge.
I don't have much. I mean, everybody played well, but I mean, it was a step in the right direction, you know? So, everybody played good. Good job.
This should just motivate us.
This is exactly no matter what this is. The intensity and the skill that we finish this off with is what we will start and have to get better at the next event to win it.
Yeah, stay hungry, boys.
Yep.
Let's go, Ronnie. Hey, I am proud of you guys. That communication out there was delicious. Sam, you're the quietest, best talker I ever heard.
Papa's feeling pretty delicious. Hey, we have to keep working hard, okay? All right, team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team!
We take that 7-0 game against the Russians. And yeah, it's fun to talk about and it was sweet. But honestly, that was like, we're standing up on the stadium and we get a win. It was like the most unexciting win ever. Because you're really like the 9th place team or the 11th place team really going back into champions, right? So we just want to take that momentum and know that we're going to start there. With that amount of play, we want to start with that intensity, that quality of play, and build off of that. And I believe everybody's on that same page. No one here thinks like, okay, well, great, we're back, we made it, that's sweet. No, we know we're going to work hard and we're going to put in the work because we want to win an event. We're going to win 3 events. We want to show that Dallas was a fluke.
Family.
Go.
Good job, boys. I thought when they threw that.
Little Jizz, John Woodley. He loves taking balls in the mouth. That's what he does best. He's good at it.
Oh, fuck. We've been not recording the whole time. Man, I felt like I laid down some good shit about fucking the feelings.
Dark.
Doomsick, yeah, Doomsick. Listen.
This is what we're gonna do though. Me and you will have 2 buckets. And just be like, you can even be like, hey, LJ, come on.
Wait. I need to get the shot. Wait. Did you guys
Hey, assholes! Alright, you got me good, alright? You know what I got? Did Nick knock it wet?
I have nothing to do with this.
You got me.
Bang, 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 bang. I want a piece of that Milky Way, man.